And that brings us on to the feature race on day 2 of the Cheltenham Festival. It is the Champion Chase. And what a contest we have in store here. Currently our 13 to 8 favourite is Energamine, 15 to 8 Edward Stone, Editor to G to 6 to 1, 9 to 1 Blue Lord, 10 to 1 Gentleman to Me, Nuba Negra is 25 to 1, and it's 33 to 1 Bar. Mikey, I'm interested in your pronunciation of the favourite here. What would you go with?
Energamine. I had to really concentrate there.
Energamine.
Energamine. Well, Energamine.
Okay, Energamine.
Is that right?
Are we going with Energamine, I don't know.
The Bloom horse.
Huh?
The Tony Bloom horse.
Yeah, Tony Bloom horse.
The Englishman will definitely give it. What's your pronunciation?
I think it's a French word.
The Englishman. The Englishman.
He speaks beautiful English.
The Tony Bloom thing. The Tony Bloom thing.
Okay, Mikey, where are we with Energamine? You sat in this very room last year. I think you were in that seat.
Yeah.
I think you were in that actual seat.
Yeah.
Quick getaway. And you said this horse was a good thing. Along with David, the two of you were very sweet in him last year because I remember I was talking shite about Shaq and Persois, saying, "Oh, I think Paul will ride Shaq and Persois." And David said, "You're on drugs. What are you on about? He's going to ride Energamine. Energamine is going to win." You couldn't believe David Mullins that he was beaten in the Clarence House last year, and you said he'll make up for it in the Champion Chase. So what are you thinking this year, Mikey?
After Edward Stone the last day, I don't know. I just don't think Energamine battles, and I thought he got it was a freebie of a Champion Chase last year the way it ended up. Heavy ground will suit all of Willie's horses or Gordon's, off the ground, it's just a given. But I just think if Edward Stone turns up and he's outside, he's going to out battle him.
I agree.
The same as a lot of Willie's 2-milers, to be honest. They just, Shaq and Persaud was the same little bit. They're just travelly,
Yeah.
That's why they probably didn't go.
If they win, they look brilliant, and if they're tackled, they won't.
Yeah.
So you're an Edward Stone fan?
Have to be after last day. And in fairness, Gary Moore's...
Go for it. Go on, give it a go. What's it called?
Editor de Gate.
Yeah. Definitely G's anyway. Editor de Gate. Go on.
Yeah. That may well even put it up more to... That could even... I don't know. I was disappointed with Energamine the last day.
Okay.
So...
David, are you keeping the faith?
No, I've been disappointed with Energamine since,
wasn't expecting this.
Since his novice days. I thought this was one of the best horses I'd ever seen. I don't know if he didn't improve from novice to open company, or maybe I was just wrong, but that's hard to believe.
But he won a Champion Chase.
I think he actually ran a better race when he got beat behind Shishkin in the Clarence House than he did in the Champion Chase.
But he went down and won a Punchestown.
Yeah, Punchestown, Willie Mullins, that's just...
What was second home in Punchestown?
Shaq and Persois.
Not good enough for him.
No, not for me either. I'm going with Gentleman to Me. I think he's a horse that's...
But he still is a beast, lads. He's some horse to ride. But, no, I'm not changing my mind. I'm just telling you. But it's a fair race and it's great.
I can't believe what you're about to say here. Go on.
Gentleman to Me. Last year was a spring horse. He rides out on his own. I think... I was in Sandown. I thought he looked big. I thought he ran a nice race that day. Did he run bad at Christmas, maybe? Or did he even run at Christmas?
He ran bad again, yeah.
Yeah. I just think he's a spring horse because he's so free and rides out on his own. I don't know, he beat Edward Stone last year in Aintree, so for me, at the prices, I couldn't have any of the first four in the betting anyway.
I couldn't have Gentleman to Me on my mind here, Donn McClean. Tell David Mullins that he's talking rubbish.
I agree with you.
He teed you up nicely there, didn't he?
Nice one.
You're very sweet and Gentleman to Me.
Yeah. I just exactly what David said. His spring record, he's run 7 times between February and April, and he's won 5 times. One of his disappointing runs was actually at Cheltenham, which is a little bit of concern in the Martin Pipe Hurdle. But he was sent off his favourite that day, the one that Galopin des Champs won actually, and he was just way too keen. He was out in front the whole way, and he actually led into the home straight and was only passed then. So he's still keen, but the last day, Johnny Mullins again was very, very good in him, got him into a lovely rhythm, got him jumping. And on spring ground, and there was a chance that he would do, but he did at Leopardstown the last day because the ground was getting better, and that seems to be the key to him. I'm a little bit worried about Cheltenham. His best run was at Aintree when he beat Edwardstown, and maybe Edwardstown disappointed a wee bit after winning the Arkle, but only a little bit, and Gentleman they may beat him well. And
jumping?
Yeah, He's kind of exuberant, isn't he? Like, he can be an exuberant jumper, and that works well at Aintree, works really well at Aintree and Leopardstown. Cheltenham, just up and down hills, be a little bit worried that it might catch him out, but I think that's factored into his odds. Like, he's still a 10-to-1 shot after beating Blue Lord the last day, and coming on here in the spring on good ground. Hopefully it doesn't turn out like it did last year. Yeah, I think he's a big player in this race, and for the record, I think Edwardstone should be a shorter price than Energamine.
Okay, so 2 votes for Gentleman to Me, currently a 10-to-1 shot. I wasn't expecting that. You're not going to make it 3, are you, Diarmuid?
No. Can I just ask David and Mikey though, that's the white fences excuse that Willie came out with for Energamine, is that? I thought that was madness.
To us it sounds madness, but Willie Mullins, like, will prove was wrong.
He's a genius, yeah.
The only thing, when he said it, I thought it was utter madness, and then I spoke to Tom Gibney and Darragh O'Keefe about the horse that unfortunately fell, Hemlock, at Musselburgh, and Darragh just said it's so weird. 90% of horses are fine, but he said some of them, they just come up and it's just a shock to the system, and like, they obviously do think it's a thing if he's painting some of the hurdles and fences white in Clysutton, is it?
He has, yeah. They're all white.
So like, it must be something.
Yeah, fair enough. Regarding, like, just look.
I don't think that was enough of a reason though for him to run bad though.
He didn't jump that bad.
Do you know, I'm agreeing with you. Like, I don't think he jumped bad.
He didn't jump that. Yeah,
No.
he just didn't pick up. But I really didn't like what he did the last day. Really didn't like it. Edwardstone, I can actually understand why Edwardstone didn't win that race. I think he was tracking the Energamine and then just had the wrong horse. I think he was tracking. Like, I fully get that. Editor de Geek couldn't win a Grand Annual last year, but it's now 6-to-1. Like Dean said earlier downstairs, if you just watched him this season, you'd say, how the hell is he 6-to-1? But it just seems to be form out of nowhere. Blue Lord and Gentleman to Me, you just don't know what you're getting each day with either of them. I like Nube Negra 25-to-1, to be honest. He's ran 3 times at Cheltenham. He's won twice and he's finished second in the champion chase.
Stop, he won a Schloer where bloody I would have won that race.
He still was second champion chase ahead of Chacun Persois. He was just behind Put the Kettle On. Any other year I wouldn't be backing or fancying Nube Negra, but this is not a prime renewal of the champion chase. He's getting good ground.
You have last year's champion chase winner, you have last year's Arkle winner.
Yeah, but we've just explained why Energamine isn't maybe what he was, or something was wrong there. Edwardstone is a horse that I've always taken on. I don't know how good he is, to be honest with you. And like,
he's
won the champion chase, I'll say, I know, but it's just like the Arkle last season, I'm still not fully sure on it. Blue Lord was thumped the last day again. He won at Christmas, but he was beaten again. I'm just really unsure about the Arkle last season. I genuinely am. And the further I go down the field, there's nothing really to grab me. Nube Negra 25-to-1 is a horse who has finished second in the champion chase. He'd be better on the ground. He's had a campaign that's completely revolved around this. And again, he was good enough to run well in this very race. And Put the Kettle On that day was brilliant. So yeah, look, 25-to-1. I think he can.
In the famous words of Les Dennis, if he wins that, I'll give you the money myself. Nube Negra for Diarmuid Nolan in the champion chase. Look, you made a very good case. I'm only joking. You made a very good case.
You're fine.
I was a massive Nube Negra fan, but I don't know. You'd need to be very forgiving to keep the faith. Jamie?
Jesus, well, if you got laughed off for Nube Negra, then I'm about to be booed off because I quite fancy Captain Guinness at a price.
It's a terrible race. Any of these horses could do it.
He is a million, and rightly so. But he is a bona fide 160 horse. Like he is a grade 2 2-mile chaser, and everyone thinks he was really inexperienced when he first went to Cheltenham. He was brought down in the Supreme. He then went a million in the Arkle, went with All Mankind. Like honestly, yeah, I'm reaching, but he's 66-to-1, and there's a reason why, because this is a wide open race. Energamine isn't the horse we thought he was going to be. Edwardstone has been beaten his last twice. I mean, if you're going to get anything at a short price beat, I think this is maybe one of the championship races where you can do that. Also, if you're tipping Gentleman to Me at 10-to-1, like I wouldn't say anything else is a mad price, because Gentleman to Me is just as likely to be pulled up as he is to get round. Like, I don't know. I just think if you're going to put a wild one in it, this is the race to do it.
Right. Nube Negra, followed by Captain Guinness. This has just fallen to shreds this preview night. The reputation is just gone. People have stopped watching. There's people leaving. Look, there's 2 people just after leaving there. They've just got home and said, I've had enough. I'm gone. And you know what? I don't blame you. You can get your money back there at the entrance.
Yeah, Jesus.
Dean,
yeah, no, it's a fair point.
would you please not tell me you fancy something like, let me see, what's left? Cur Sublime. Will Cur Sublime win the championship?
I did that last year, do you remember?
In running trade.
Yeah. No,
Just bring this back to some bit of normality,
I'm just going to bring it back to the Gentleman Demi train, just because if this horse only ever ran in those months of February, March and April, as Don was pointing out. Actually, he had one more run on his list I didn't have. I completely forgot about the Punchestown run. But his record is like 1:10.7, 1:1.11, which is superb. He could run a very big number here just because of the month that's in. And Jamie's saying that, maybe he's as likely to pull up as he is to win. Not if he runs in March. That's why I think he's a savage price at 10s. And the rest of them, like I've got down, Energumin is decent, nothing special. Edwardstone the same, nothing special. Okay, Editor de Geet the same, nothing special. Blue Lord not very good. Nuba Negra had a go, didn't do it. There's only one left.
And that is Gentleman the Me.
Correct.
Okay, there you go. We have a wide variety of tips for the Champion Chase. I think this race is the simplest race of the entire week. This is the one that wins. Edwardstone will win the Champion Chase. I think that price at the moment, 15-8, I think that's a little bit of value. He was lame after his run in the Clarence House. He missed a few days' work. He's back working well now. To do what he did, to follow Energumin, then to get to Editor de Geet, I thought that took a proper horse to do that in such a short space of time. Last year's Arkle winners have an unbelievable record coming back in the Champion Chase. Like Put the Kettle On, who fell asunder afterwards, won an Arkle and won a Champion Chase, Sizing Europe. There's an endless list of Arkle winners. Sprinter Sacra, who won an Arkle, came back the following year and won the Champion Chase. And I think Edwardstone is going to improve that record. I think 15-8 is a terrific price. And I think he is one of the bankers of the week. And Diarmuid, if Nuba Negra wins, I'll be the first to congratulate you. And I'll buy you a year's supply of Guinness. There you go. That is the Champion Chase. Moving on to...